Kendra, this is what I have for you, beautiful soul. Somebody, a devil rebuking a sin. You go cheat on him and you cheat, he cheat on you, you cheat on him, and you was like, damn, we was the devil's rebuking the sin, and it was just like, shit, it just keep happening and happening over and over again, and it's like a life cycle repeating itself all over again. And you said, I grow up thinking about this shit as if I was a kid, and I would just remember some shit that happening when I was a kid, and it's making me feel like I had a kid, like I'm a kid all over again. Love begins. You started pouring into yourself. You starting to trust into yourself. You're seeking to better make the sacrifices necessary to pour in within yourself to see the rainbow of it all. Wanted to get your well-being, build back up your self-esteem, feel attractive, lights, cameras, actions. Like you're really just trying to, get those things started right back again. Talk to me, Holy Spirit, for Kendra. Here. You having temptation of, speaking on certain things, probably back in September, August, September, or Aries season. So I'm getting like April, August, September. It was tempting to do something and you were just like, let me just turn away from these things. It's not really helping and benefiting me things. It was bringing you a lot of, your root chakra starting from the bottom. And it was just like, all this is, happens, and you probably just like starting to become more exciting and explorative, Speaking of, probably going on the path of really wanted to see, are you truly bisexual? Yeah, you just really want to know if you're bisexual. You're just like, I don't know. And it's true, someone's bisexual. So I don't know if it's you, somebody outside of you. Have a mental conflict with the truth. Hoping nobody's seen this, knew about this, want no one to know about this. Someone, okay, maybe you just coming out with this, or somebody coming out with it, no conflicts, really standing up to it and owning it. Like, this is who I am, this is what it is. I don't want nobody to speak on this. This is a new beginning. I'm just starting over again. I'm gonna be patient with some things. Ooh. Snapping about some things. I just heard a song. I'm gonna be moving on. And your intuition was like on point, like, like, nah, that ain't just no porn, nothing like that. Like, you've been looking at something real suspect. It's time to go back to see your therapist, get things back in order and checked in. You've been in a mental conflict. You're just like, I want this thing back again. Like, I don't know what's happening. And it's like I'm confused and I'm all trapped again. And all this is happening. Ooh, over drinking just to conceal it. Get your lawyer to get the divorce. Just stressing about how much it's gonna, when you happen to go to court, someone, probably gonna use probably mentally abuse you and just like trying to use something against you in court. Or you concerned about somebody using something against you in court. You don't have to worry about that if you disclose that to your attorney. You take parenting classes and you do everything that you're supposed to. Nothing can happen to you. Being dedicated to healing yourself and doing the healing work necessary so you can have the best of yourself and heal a lot of things. You need to start questioning yourself about a lot of things, but you haven't really questioned a lot of things. You really have been stuck in your head a lot lately. It's time to have the breakthrough. You can start to you can delegate some things because you really have been stuck in a mental prison. If you feel like you need to go away and go get the help necessary to get back to your mental stability, it will be helpful for you. April, Aries season, might be an Aries or someone, around you probably had been just stuck in a mental prison trying to help you get through it, or really just hindering these things. Holy Spirit, let's talk to Kendra, please. You have been, indulging in self-destructive behavior, and people really haven't been catching on to what's happening. However, you're ready to get back focused and get you a routine set in order. If you don't know what a routine is going to look like for your life, or how you want things to struggle, you either choose to struggle, or you use the struggle for your benefit to get through the things so you can get where you want to go, so you become financially stable. It's time to focus on self-love. You've really been mindful of how you've been spending, and you're really ready to make the change. Like, you're really dedicated to make this change necessary for some things. Working on your credit score, really managing how you feel. Your son, really trying, figuring out, like, how does this autistic thing work, or how you get some things done, for your son, and how probably concerned about your son, or something with your son. Holy Spirit. Okay. It ain't nothing new under the sun that the Lord ain't gonna say is gonna be undone. It's time to make the financial change. Pick a location, go and build, All the things will come through for you. Change the location and figure out, vibe from there and let things grow. Take the time to reflect on what it is. People we date and people that we deal with are a reflection of how we feel internally. So whatever mental conflict that you have been struggling with, whatever you struggle with mentally, understand that the person, whoever you decide to lay with, will be a pure reflection of what you probably had already been through, is going through, or were going through, or is a pure reflection of what you feel internally within you. They will reflect it towards you, and it was a pure reflection, and you're just not sure if it's necessary for you to make the move now to change, or having big anxiety about it, but your energy is just saying, I'm going to move forward. I'm really going to, stand up for myself and stand my ground and move forward with this. Yeah, and Strength card came out. That's beautiful. But it's time for you to really cleanse your energy, like really, really cleanse your energy. You need to know who is in your energy field, who's really for you, who's against you, what it's about. Kendra, please, Holy Spirit. The energy that Kendra needs to be aware about, or need to know. Energy reading and healing. Holy Spirit, clearly. Let me get the message clearly. Not sure what's happening, but you're starting to get on your path. But along this path, you need to learn to enjoy and learn to enjoy and embrace every day like it's a new day, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. So if with tomorrow not being promised, how could you live today to be the best of it? Even with the stress and the strife that was happening outside of you, what can you control within you at this current moment? You really have been stuck in dark thoughts, depression, going back and forth, and the drinking, and all those things are hindering a lot of ways about things you have been thinking about in the past, or uncovering a lot of things from the past, and you was just like, oh, I just already knew it wouldn't last, and surrendering to what it is and believing the unexpected. A lot of things can come your way. You feel like you're not protected, or you feel unprotected. You need to sing a mantra to yourself. Sing it to yourself. I am protected. I am okay. I am strong. Make sure you put all that in your affirmation. Affirm and believe to achieve. You must affirm and believe in order to achieve. Thank you, Holy Spirit. For Kendra, please. For Kendra. Yeah. Once you had let somebody out of your way, the loving woman or somebody that was just really spiteful, really like a sore thumb or something like that. Let me see what is. Someone that you had to get rid of, or someone that left along the way in your path. It was necessary for you to get the increase in values of your emotion, to gain the peace and clarity that you needed within yourself. But it's time to make the necessary transformation. You're still holding on to resentment, and you're just like, how do I release this shit? Because it's like, I don't really like sitting in this, and it's like, I want to be angry, but now it's just like, at this point, it's like, I'm just gonna be petty, and I'm just gonna spend the time with my friends. Like, you're rejecting or repressing or pushing back from having to make the steps necessary. Like, do what you have to do in order to make the things happen for you. You know, you can't just sit there and just try to speed it up or slow it down. You got to go at the pace. You know, you can't, we're not able to push tomorrow's work on today. So stressing about it today and worrying about what's tomorrow, we have to face what's going on today and be able to embrace that day, because you don't want that last memory of you to be like, I was contemplating and I was stressed and I could have did this, you know, 2 years ago, and how do I get dressed, and I got to get all them dressed and all this stuff. Take the steps necessary to get the help that you need. It's going to require a bunch of courage, and for you to take the risk necessary, you know, take a risk. Take a risk. And it's going to require you to have courage. For Kendra. Baby, you got to break those generational curses, because everything that's repeating, and how you find to rebuke the sin, and he coming back and doing it again. You repeating the same cycle that you saw your parents in. Really sit down. When you get a chance to sit down and reflect on it, you repeating the same cycle that your parents was in. Guardian angels and guides is coming in to tell you, and I ain't telling you no lie. You just repeating what your parents were in. And it just gives you a chance to understand like what was really happening. So you just not really sitting in too much anger then. Know that you are present. Know that it's time for healing. Know that you will transform and be able to move forward. You will be able to do so. Listen to your intuition, or you're about to tap in and tune into your intuition. It was somebody that took advantage of a situation and really wanted things this way. And with you standing your ground, you already know what's going down. Guests are coming. So you know somebody, you know, with this stupid stuff, you already know something's going to go down, or something had went down with a person. Somebody was once a loving woman but played two-faced and played too many games, and you're just like, hey, I don't really trust anyone at this time. You are inclined to rule and help people at the same time. Within your presence, you know, is very dominant, and people just not able to take it sometimes, or people just be in their shit just to not understand. You are a very well-liked person. Just know that you are liked. Don't get self-conscious like, oh, I don't nobody fuck with me like that. I don't like me like that. Don't be so self-conscious. Don't count yourself out. You have a mind of your own, and it's the truth. You're about to heal. Everything that I'm saying to you is the truth. Everything's going to be okay. Be careful and to avoid a loss. So be mindful of the things that you do, and be cautious, be aware, you know what I'm saying? Especially be aware of yourself. You know, it's time for you to get things back in order for yourself, for the children. You are inclined to be optimistic. You will be more prosperous in the near future. So whatever it is that you're looking to work on or make happen and make the change for you and your family and your children, it's going to be prosperous, going to work for you, and it's going to be able to see yourself in a different way. You will be able to have the rebirth necessary to make the changes, you know, to come your way. Be compassionate. A child in need, your kids need you. So, you know, when you're neglecting to nourish yourself, to bring joy to yourself, you're, you know, we're basically letting our kids know like, hey, we're not going to be available because we're just going to sit in this and not take care of it. And taking care of it, you know, consists of us getting the therapy. It consists of us getting up and not only satisfying to the kids' needs, but to our needs as well. And, you know, what we need to do to stay well, to be able to focus on the kids very much well and not be drained. You know, it's a lot of things you have to do to make sure that you can stay strong and well and happy and fulfilled, as well as the kids, because you got to think, you know, they'll get older and have friends and things like that and not want to be in your thing. But in the midst of that, are you healing yourself so you can say, like, hey, even when they get older, I still set the example. Even though I didn't get the example, I can set the example that I would love for them to be able to see positively and healthily and not go through these kind of things, because it's not necessary. Like, no one shouldn't have to go through the things that we're experiencing or the stuff that we hear our friends get in. It's like, now we got the chance and opportunity to be able to recognize what it is, as before we didn't know. We was just going through it, but we wasn't recognizing, like, dang, we did used to see this, and we end up going through the shit that we used to see. And it's like, how did I miss this thing? And that's just what be happening. You know, we had to learn to catch those things. And I know it's a sting, just the remembering of seeing the things that your parents went through, and it brought a lot of imbalance to you. You said that's that old new. I thought you already knew. What about word for Kendra? I thought I told you. You probably like Toby Lou. Kendra, thank you, Spirit. Happiness itself, a kind of gratitude. Herbs, one spliff a day to get my mind right. Get your medical card, make it legit. So, you know, while you're going through this shit or going through the divorce, have your stuff legit. Showing gratitude is one of the simplest yet the most powerful things humans can do for others. Just show your gratitude. Oh, I help you. Oh, you helping me with this? Okay, thank you. I thought I told you. Oh, you didn't say thank you? Oh, I thought I told you. But tell it in your brain, especially if you was dealing with a narcissist, meaning somebody that was all about themselves and anything that benefit them, and it had to be for them, about them, and how do I benefit this, and I want to be like, you ain't even doing shit when you was here. So don't play that game. Go take that somewhere else, dear. Gratitude is the memory of the heart. Be grateful for what you went through. You had heart. Most people ain't gonna be able to go through what you went through, so that's okay. This is a wonderful day. I've never seen this one before. Okay, baby, I'm gonna put that on you. Hold on, Zora. Your daughter, you know, she just bust in on you like, what you doing? It's all right, Pooh. It's gonna be all right. You know, that was too many cards. This is what I have for you, Kendra. It's gonna work out for you. Just, it's time for you to go to through a healing cycle, listen to your intuition, and just learn some things. Come to acceptance with some things that were happening, and understand that what you just went through, you saw they go through. You know, you saw your parents go through, what you experienced with your siblings and things like that. The whole dynamic, however you are able to make the change and the shift necessary for you and your children too. I hope this resonates with you. And until next time, Pooh, take care.